Not everyone knows what a gecko is. Geckos are a family of small to medium-sized peculiar lizards, 5 to 35 centimeters, that live in tropical and subtropical regions. They differ from each other not only in size, but also in coloration and anatomical features. In this article, we will discuss who geckos are and what they are like. Gecko species and structure. The current position is that there are 1,356 species in the gecko family, grouped into 58 genera. On the surface of the head of these creatures there are many granular shields. Curiously, their eyes are covered with a transparent shell and do not have eyelids. Most geckos are active at night rather than during the day, and some of them have the ability to make sounds. On their feet there are a huge number of microscopic hairs, which contribute to an excellent adhesion to the surface. It is thanks to this structure of legs that the gecko is able to move on the glass or crawl on the ceiling. An interesting fact is that a gecko weighing 50 grams can hold 2 kilograms objects in its paws. These creatures live up to 25 years. Geckos are usually brightly colored, and in some species the coloration may change depending on the time of day or due to physical characteristics. They have strong jaws and sharp teeth that allow them to chew food quickly. Curiously, in a state of aggression, the gecko enlarges in size, hisses, opens wide its mouth, makes frightening noises and lunges sharply forward. In this way it intimidates its opponents. Geckos are often called climbers because they like to live on tall trees, rocks, cliffs, and other similar places. In nature, they live in large colonies, but each gecko has its own territory, which it protects from other congeners. Conditions of keeping. In captivity, these creatures are kept in appropriate terrariums. Zoologists advise to settle them in pairs. It is important to note that the terrarium should contain only one male, while the smock can be several. Otherwise, males may fight for females to death during the mating season. Peat, coconut shavings, or gravel should be used as substrate. Sand should not be used, as the gecko will swallow grains of sand as well while eating, which will affect its digestion. It is also necessary to make sure that the ground is always slightly moist. To do this, it is necessary to sprinkle their home with warm water 1 to 2 times a day. Comfortable air temperature for them is plus 28 to 35 C, and at night at 5 to 8 C lower. Inside the terrarium is recommended to place a vessel for drinking, branches, and small pieces of tree bark. It will also be a good idea to put their live plants in pots to maintain a favorable microclimate. In addition, the plants will allow the geckos to feel as comfortable as possible. It is never necessary to take the lizards by the tail, as it can simply come off. In poor conditions, the gecko can become a carrier of salmonellosis. To protect yourself from this bacteria, follow simple hygiene rules. Wash your hands before and after contact with the animals, and don't forget to disinfect the terrarium. Nutrition and price. You should not overfeed the gecko. The larger the gecko, the less frequently it should be fed. Specimens of the size of 20 to 25 centimeters feed 8 to 10 times a month. At pet stores you can easily find the appropriate food for these creatures, which will contain all the necessary vitamins and minerals. The cage should be set flasks with powder bird stone, with feed insects should be pre-milled in calcium and dry vitamins for reptiles. Once a week, irradiate the gecko ultraviolet for 5 to 7 minutes and give liquid vitamins, a drop of vitamins applied to the eyes or nose, which immediately licks the tongue of the animal. Most geckos prefer live food, flies, locusts, spiders, worms and various insects. An interesting fact is that large reptiles are periodically fed with mice and quail eggs. Thank you for watching. If you like this article, share it with your friends, like it and subscribe to the channel.